Don't stick your butt out. Keep it in. And then he smacks her butt. Excuse me, what? Our boy is getting bold. He even has the nerve to ask. Soo Kim Yin goes bright red, completely thrown off by the slap, while the bodyguards are about 2 seconds from drawing their guns. One of them snaps, "We need to call Madam right now." On the phone with Madam, the poor guard says, "She just got smacked on the butt and she's fine with it." What would you do if you woke up and found out the same day it happened 1,000 times? At first it is a movie concept with no consequences, the freedom to do anything. But after a while the edges go boring. There's no meaning when every progress you made just resets. A man sits in a bar on July 7, 2020 at 7 a.m. and he tells a woman exactly that. He's lived the same day 1,000 years. She laughs at him, thinks it's a creepy pickup line, but he is not trying to charm her at all. He lists odd facts he claims he learned through endless repeats like languages, skills, tiny details no normal person should know, and he says he's not here for romance. He says he knows the day will reset tomorrow and everything will repeat, so nothing really matters except this moment. The woman calls him crazy, but he is calm. He bets a small dare in 7 minutes her friend will call, and the timing is proof that his knowledge comes from living the same day over and over. She doesn't believe him until the phone rings at the exact second he said it would. She goes quiet, the laugh stripped away, and for the first time the man looks like someone who has been practicing patience for centuries. He moves with a strange confidence after that. When a drunk grabs the woman's wrist and pushes, he steps in wearing dog pajamas and acts like he has all the time in the world. The drunk aims a punch and misses because the man knew it would miss. He deflects and uses words like weapons, dialing a number on his phone and pretending to call some dangerous brother for backup. The drunk submits, apologies spilling out. The woman watches, half terrified, half impressed, and she starts to see that this guy knows things he shouldn't. He is not pretending to be special. He really has lived the moment before 1,000 times. He offers to drive her home. She follows him half amused and half unsettled. He puts on a show, talks like a man with secrets, and when they reach the garage, he nonchalantly says the car he's about to take is not his. She asks if he's stealing, and he shrugs that it does not matter. Tomorrow it will be reset anyway. On the road he drives like a pro, evading 2 men tailing them by throwing the car into wild drifts and risky lanes. The woman, scared, begs him to stop, but he smiles and keeps going because he has done this so often that danger is part of a lesson. Back at the apartment, he expects the usual end-of-loop routine, but this time the doorbell rings and heavy voices shout that they will kill him for taking their boss' car. The woman peeks and realizes the men are dangerous gangsters. She says he's doomed, but he only grins and asks to use the system. He calls up the invisible rules he's learned to bend, the thing that has kept him alive through so many repeats, and chooses to reset the day right then. A light blur, a tiny system notice. The time reset consumes a point, and the world snaps back to July 8th. For the first time in 1,000 years, the day moves forward. He checks his status and sees numbers that look impossible. 10,000 mental strength points, tens of thousands of time, limited points, a pile of skills he's mastered. An assistant, a mechanical voice in the edge of his vision, says the reincarnation system has been activated. He had learned how to play with the loop, to reset it on purpose and spend those points, but he now realizes the system will punish repeated resets. The feeling of taste in his mouth is new relief, like the world finally letting him breathe. Once time resumes, things turn messy fast. The gang outside the door turns out to be real trouble. He explains the plan with a half smile, names names, and scares them off with a bluff about starting a war. He has used other people's reputations before. Tonight he uses them again and the gang runs. The woman is stunned and finally believes he is not just a charming lunatic. He tells her his 1,000 years gave him more than knowledge. He has survival instincts perfected to find edges. You cannot fake the kind of calm that comes after you have watched decades of dying and getting back up. He says he can fix what's left of the mess and that she should follow his lead. She reluctantly agrees and starts to see that this is not simply a sad tale of a man stuck in time. It is a man learning to use the loop to solve problems. Later, he goes to meet someone with influence. A woman named Lai Rubing, a businesswoman with a reputation and a family tangled deep in the city's politics. He walks into her office confident, and she is surprised he knows the secret about a traitor in her company. He calmly reveals details about the sabotage she had not suspected and pulls up records, evidence, the sort of facts only someone who had lived through the same day over and over could gather and memorize. When a staffer tries to deny it, he tosses accusations and proof until the traitor's cover cracks. Rubing's brother and powerful associates are in the room and the air gets heavy. He tells her he will help, but everything comes at a price. She tests him with a cold pistol pointed at his chest. If he is who he seems, he will have answers that matter, he does. He explains that Ding Hulong, a rival with blood money and dangerous friends, plans to destroy her product launch by planting a spy and orchestrating a scandal on purpose. He shows her how the spy will act and even names the safe and password where the evidence will be stored. Rubing is stunned at the accuracy and asks him how he knows. He smiles and says it's complicated, the kind of answer that would sound like madness unless you had lived the same morning 1,000 years. Rubing does not trust him at first, but she is desperate. Her family and the club behind it are powerful, and the threat is real. The man offers a bold plan. He will be her fake boyfriend for now, a public shield against the type of dirty moves Ding Hulong would run. She scoffs at the idea, but the logic is sharp. She's been burned by false lovers before, and she won't let her guard down lightly, but she sees how useful having a front could be. He will play the role to force Ding Hulong into making a mistake. When she tests him with hard questions and the occasional sting of doubt, he answers with calm details, saying that he can also help find who is behind certain old accidents and threats. Rubing realizes he may be her best unwritten weapon. She signs checks, gives him a stake, and a game of favors begins. That game moves into casinos and nightclubs fast. He goes with her brother and the wealthy men who move like predators. They sit at tables where millions move hands in seconds. He watches people play and studies habits, how a player twitches a finger before a bluff, how a gambler breathes when he has a good hand. Then he uses it. He lets the other man think he is foolish, folds when he looks weak, and drops a huge bet at the right second so everyone believes he got lucky. He shows how he can reverse the mood at the table, making the arrogant lose millions and the room go silent. The few who notice his control whisper about him later. The kid who forced the blonde gambler to swallow defeat. It is not just luck. He gambles like a man who learned probability and human patterns in 1,000 repeats. When people try to cheat, he knows how to catch them. When a man tries to steal an ace, he exposes the cheat with calm evidence, and the arrogant gambler pays a price. By the end of the night, he wins not just money, but favor Li Shang. A man with deep pockets and connections offers his support. It is a small currency exchange for trust, but it matters. In this world of favors, someone with loyalty and muscle is worth more than one lucky night. He does not stop at clubs and charity. He moves into the online world and the game servers too. He organizes a fake guild, a flash army of spenders playing a new MMO. He pretends to be a king online and spends just enough to draw the attention of the other guilds. Then he logs out as if life calls, pulling strings that later make the right celebrities answer his phone. He asks his online followers to help with the launch for Li Rubing's product. It is about building images, making people look the other way while he fixes the real problem. With Li Shang's contacts and the player army's cover, he brings a top actress into the launch as a surprise spokesperson. It is theater on a city scale, one set of moves to create trust, another to protect the soft spot in a company before the rival strikes. Everything is fast now. He is a man who has practiced saving seconds and stacking favors into a fortress. He calls people, moves money in the night, has messages sent to key players. When Rubing's first chosen spokesperson gets into a car crash, he is not surprised. He already suspected someone was trying to scare the company. The crash seems like a hammer blow, but he has men and networks on call. He arranges a replacement, goes to the casino to distract tricky men, and sets the press stage to make the replacement appearance look normal.
Hello.
He tells Rubing she will not have to worry and rubs a grin that is half tired and half triumphant. She is still wary because she knows power in this city kills mistakes. He keeps telling her not to fear the noise. He will handle the dirty job behind the curtains while she keeps the company visible and safe. If you are having fun or enjoying the video, please like the video. It will help me massively. Now back to our story where the girl stands up, slips off her coat, and kicks off her heels. Whoa, what kind of apology is this? She kneels on the spot and says, "I, Lu Hubing, apologize." Our boy looks down, surprised she actually went that far. Being the nice guy he is, he quickly tells her to stand so she doesn't hurt her little knees. The moment she's up, her brother calls, saying someone's digging into our protagonist. She fires back, asking who it is. He tells her it's the woman from the South family's gold services, the one who rolled down her window, and to whom our boy sent that secret code. We still have no clue what it means, but one thing's clear, it's classified. Hubing immediately presses him, asking why the South family is investigating him. But he just shrugs it off, saying it's none of her business and warning her not to get involved. Damn, the guy isn't playing. She rolls her eyes and accuses him of acting mysterious just to make her fall for him. Mocking, she asks if he's already in love with her. And here comes our Jigad with a straight-up knockout. He tells her she's not the most beautiful woman, not the richest one he knows, and she always pulls those ugly faces when she's annoyed. So where does all this confidence come from that I'd fall for you? Ouch. She stands there furious, biting her lip, glaring hard. Then she snaps back. From what you're saying, you must have a whole army of gorgeous women ruling kingdoms, huh? Our boy just smirks like he doesn't care about a thing. I used to have plenty of women, he says. Maybe not all supermodels, but definitely prettier than you. He's not holding back. The director, curious, asks him for an example. But our protagonist isn't stupid. He pulls her close and says, "You're just trying to snoop into my private life. I'm not falling for it." Hubing scoffs. See? You can't name one. I knew you'd struggle to make up a lie. Then his phone rings, and he instantly knows it's bad news. He answers. A voice asks if he's Mr. Wu, then introduces herself as Su Kim Yin. She wants to meet him in person and asks him to set a time. He replies, "Is that really necessary?" But this woman, the kind who could take an entire TV channel off the air, insists, "Yes." We need to talk face to face. Meet me at Tangia Private Club tomorrow morning at 9. Call me when you arrive. Hyubin catches the name and jumps right in. Oh, Soo Kim Yin. Is she your wife? Our boy just smiles and says, not yet, but who knows? Maybe in a few days? The director thinks to herself that even though she doesn't know Soo Kim Yin personally, she's heard plenty about her. The woman is practically a legend. Her father had her late in life and raised her like royalty, strict, noble, full of rules and discipline. Even when she studied abroad, she had 2 bodyguards on her 24/7 detail, chasing off any man who dared to say hello, falling in love, not on her father's watch. When he started getting sick and realized his time was running out, he began arranging blind dates. But these weren't your everyday coffee, meet and greet sessions. Getting in required $1 billion family minimum, and you couldn't be too young or too old. With requirements like that, the planet might as well have been empty. Even Elon Musk didn't make the cut. Too old. Her father didn't care. Either the perfect man appeared or his daughter would die alone. The director tells our boy to stop dreaming. It's impossible for him to end up with someone like her. But our G-God loves a good bet. If you don't believe me, he grins. Why don't we wager on it? She agrees instantly. He teases her, asking if she's not scared of losing again. She smirks and says she loves bets. Fine. She says, I'll give you 30 days. If you lose, you'll have to kneel. Win bold as ever, laughs it off. 3 days. That's all I need. Soo Kim Yin won't just be my girlfriend. She'll be my woman. Our boy, smooth as butter, makes this bet while holding the director around the waist. She agrees and asks what he wants if he wins. He pauses, thinking. Before he can answer, she cuts him off. I've already lost one bet to you. If I lose again, I'll admit defeat. With her sitting pretty on his lap, he seals the deal. Jump to day 11 at the exclusive private club in the north, where the big meeting is set. Our protagonist arrives and tells the staff he has an appointment with Miss Sue. A man steps up, asking if he's Mr. Wu. When he confirms, the receptionist waves him through and says she's waiting inside. It's immediately obvious this isn't some average clubhouse. This is billionaire territory, and our super actress, she's right there enjoying herself. Woon walks in, but before he can even open his mouth, Soo Kim Yin cuts straight to business. How do you know about that? She demands. He calmly replies that why he knows isn't important. She wastes no time. What's your price? She asks. Win blinks confused. My price. You think I came here to threaten you? She doesn't flinch. If you refuse money, it only makes it harder to believe you. Win chuckles. If you're really that scared, why not bring more bodyguards? Kill me. Bury me right here. That'd shut me up for good. Without a second's pause, she fires back. I'm not like Liu Hubing. I don't do things like that. He's her boyfriend, so killing him outright would be far too risky. Our boy, who's no fool, immediately asks if she wants something that'll make her feel safe. Some kind of proof, maybe. Then, out of nowhere, he grabs her elbow like he's about to teach her how to swing a golf club. She stiffens and snaps. What are you doing? Back off. But our guy just grins and says he's only teaching her. No need to overthink it. Then, with that sly tone, he adds, now that I've got the evidence, why are you still so nervous? Soo Kim Yin's mind starts racing. If Liu Hubing hears about this, sees him here, holding her from behind, teaching her how to play, this man is signing his own death warrant. Does he have no fear? This lie is going to end up face down in the river tomorrow morning. But she comes up with a little game of her own. Let him do whatever he wants and see how far he dares to go before Hubing snaps. Honestly, our protagonist seems like he's having a little too much fun with this. Meanwhile, the bodyguards are sweating bullets, completely lost. The black-haired one mutters, why is she letting him get away with this? She's not even resisting. Soo Kim Yin smirks and teases, aren't you afraid I'll call Liu Hubing and tell her everything? Woon doesn't even blink. I'm afraid, sure, he says casually, but you're also scared I'll spill some of your secrets. That makes us even. She narrows her eyes, so this is how he wants to play. She figures she can use this as a chance to threaten him later. Our little troublemaker just waves it off and tells her to keep playing golf, dropping another tip. Don't stick your butt out. Keep it in. And then he smacks her butt. Excuse me, what? Our boy is getting bold. He even has the nerve to ask. Who was the terrible coach who taught you to play like this? Soo Kim Yin goes bright red, completely thrown off by the slap, while the bodyguards are about 2 seconds from drawing their guns. One of them snaps, we need to call Madam right now, this lunatic needs to be killed. And then comes a report, on the phone with Madam, the poor guard says, she just got smacked on the butt and she's fine with it. What kind of bodyguard calls home to tattle about a butt slap? I wouldn't hire these guys to guard my lunch. Meanwhile, our boy's got the best seat in paradise and isn't letting go. He keeps giving her pointers, acting like a perfect gentleman while being anything but. I'll teach you again, he says smoothly, lining up behind her for another swim. If you're enjoying this video, hit that new hype button, help me climb the leaderboard, and let's get this on the Explore feed. Thanks for hyping fast! Throw your legs back to keep your arms straight. And oh no, here comes another wandering hand, another slap on our athlete's butt. She's practically steaming like a train. But he explains that this is just golf technique, telling her that her hips are too far forward. Then he teases her, saying, if that's not a medical condition, You need to work harder. She corrects her posture and gives a swing, asking if it's right now. Ken then says that she's learned well, and unfortunately, there's nothing left to teach her. Looking like she's enjoying the game, she asks why he says that. Our protagonist says, "Unfortunately, I think your mother is already on her way with someone to arrest me." The scene shifts to a white car speeding down the asphalt. We then see the madam getting a call from the bodyguard reporting everything. "Madam, your daughter just got smacked on the butt multiple times and is laughing, having fun with some guy. Yeah, he was just teaching her how to play golf, but honestly, it didn't really look like golf." Meanwhile, the mother looks like she's about to explode with rage. She orders the bodyguards to just keep an eye on him for now and make sure he doesn't leave. The guards confirm they won't interfere, but they won't let him escape either. Completely innocent, she turns to him and says, "My mom's coming. What are you going to do?" Our little rascal says, "First, I need to escape. Do you want to escape with me?" With a confused expression, she asks, "Escape with you." Our boy plays hardball and immediately asks, "Do you want to keep living like this?" While she hesitates, the protagonist grabs her hand and says, "Don't think too much. Let's go." And just like that, they start running. The guards, of course, start chasing them. But it's too late. They jump into our boy's Ferrari, and just like that, the guy turns into Toretto, level 1000 driving skills. The best bodyguards in the world immediately call the madam to report that the psychopath has escaped. Meanwhile, our protagonist is speeding down the road, tearing up the asphalt. He asks our athlete if she's scared. She says no, but her face says otherwise. And wow, the artist really went all out. She's quite well endowed. She's sweating bullets and getting a call from her mother. The protagonist tells her, "You can try being yourself for once in your life." Nervously, she answers the phone, and her mother immediately demands, "Who's with you?" Hesitant, she replies, "A friend." Screaming, her mother asks, "When did you meet this friend?" "Who is he? You don't even know him. Is he even good enough for you? I didn't raise you to run away with a man. You've really disappointed me." Her mother then commands her to come home immediately. If you want to see more of this manhwa, comment time loop. If enough of you ask, I'll continue with part 2, where it gets goonier and more women action. Also, if you're liking this pace in the story, a quick like helps the video reach more people who want the next part.